Good morning, boys. We are playing musical motorcycles today. Taking the single R to drop it off at the dealer and trade it for my double R and get that back. Because we had some issues with Ohlins, which some of you might hear that and think, imagine that. But I have a bone to pick with Ohlins. When you purchase their suspension and you open the box, there's a tag on it that says, have installed by an Ohlins service dealer, which, you know, that's fair. I get it. Like, they want their guys to do it. So guess what? I took it to an Ohlins service dealer. But they aren't Ohlins servicey enough, because Ohlins won't sell them the tools, you know, like adapters for the castle nut and some other stuff to do the left front fork. And so they're pretty pissed off about it. I'm pretty pissed off about it. I contact Ohlins. Of course, they never respond, you know, and I send them an email saying, hey, my bike's all torn apart. I could use these tools to finish it off, and I'll buy them. And I'd appreciate it if we could figure it out. Never heard a word. So I ended up having to find a company in Europe and purchase these tools by someone who I guess got pissed off at Ohlins like me and just said, screw them, I'll make their tools. So I'm out another couple $100 and the time just get this suspension on there. And it's, you know, and they started telling me all about Ohlins and how they're corporate, just how they deal with things as a business, and it was really disappointing. Because I'm not knocking their suspension. It's great suspension, obviously, but it's just disappointing when a company has that elitist attitude, you know, whether it's deserved or not. I'd spent thousands of dollars with you. Like, the least you could do is sell me some tools to install it, right? Or actually sell them to the service dealer that is authorized. So, weird deal. I'm pretty pissed off about that, but I got those tools, and that bike should be ready to go, so we're heading up there now. I'm going to get the tail tidy and some carbon and some stage 2, the velocity stacks, filter, IAT, and baffles on this M1000R. I just loaded the stage 2 tune on it, and so we're on our way. So anyway, I will see you guys when we get there, unless something interesting happens between now and then. Hey, Lewis. I feel kind of dumb. Where is it?
Pushed it up there already.
What's that?
I thought someone pushed it out there already.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I know. It's still back there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I went out there and I was like, I'm an idiot. Like,
really? Someone actually decided to go ahead and push it by foot?
Ooh, there she is. Look at that. You look good on that, Lewis.
What's that?
You look good on it.
Yeah. That's a good racing thing. Alright. I set her up to 4.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
That's good, man.
Those are good. All right, boys, here we go. New tires, new suspension, stage 2, we're cooking. Shoo-wee. This, oh, it already feels so good. I'm still mad at Ohlins, but they make good suspension. Oh, I love this thing. This is, oh, it's such an amazing bike. Beyond blessed to have it, guys. Man, don't think for a second I don't appreciate the heck out of this thing. feels so good. Suspension, like I've never set up a bike for me, ever. And I get it. I get it. I just want to get past the truck. The steering dampener is a ton smoother too than the factory Beamer. Oh, two trucks at the same time, man. This thing's a magic carpet now with that suspension. I knew there'd be a difference, but man, like, shoo! I don't think I can own more bikes and not set them up now. It's that sort of good. That Chinook's doing something. Usually not that low.
Alright guys, I realized I haven't made a video or a clip or whatever talking specifics about this bike. What all's on it, what's going on with it, just all that. So, let's get a good look at her first of all. It's one of the prettiest motorcycles around in my opinion, guys. Like man, the first time I saw this thing, it was just, I need one of those in my life, and I was blessed enough to get one. And so, let's start in the front. In fact, just the tire. I put on some Pirelli Corsas. It had the Michelin Power Cup 2s, which are great tires. Some of my favorite tires, actually. But it's getting cooler, and so I wanted to get something that was a little more street-oriented. It's kind of maybe a step down, I guess, but you can see they aren't quite slicks, but they're pretty stout. So anyway, starting at the front, we have, it's kind of hard to see, there's an Ilmberger carbon intake in there. The factory one is just plastic. Why did I do it? Well, the thing was getting pulled apart and just seemed like a way to add more carbon. It doesn't actually make anything better, but looks cool. Got the mirror deletes. These are factory BMW. They're Gillies tooling. At least they have the Gillies logo on them. WRS. Tinted windscreen. I have an aero mirror here because I wanted to retain some, like it'll light or whatever, I'd like to be able to see behind me, and so that's kind of what that is. They make like an S1000RR mount. So this is the factory bar weight right here, and Aero makes like a little adapter. It replaces this, but it's super tiny, and you lose the bar weight, and they're already kind of vibey bikes, so I didn't really want to do that. So I quite literally clamped it between the bar weight and the grip, and I mean, it's solid, man, no issues. So that's worked out really well. Up here we have the FKR 122 Ohlins front pressurized cartridges for the front forks. Massive difference over the factory. Man, this thing is just so much smoother. And it glides. It just glides. I think we can kind of maybe get in here. See the Ohlins steering dampener, which again, surprisingly, massive upgrade. It's so much smoother. In there we have the IAT relocation. He was able to drill the carbon and it worked out well, so nothing imploded. Always a good thing. Let's see. Frame covers from Ilmberger. Another really nice upgrade that I did to this thing. I think, there's already so much carbon on this thing that, again, why not a little more, right? I've had people ask me, am I going to do the swing arm? And no, I like the silver and I like the contrast. Personal preference for me. The tail, I will eventually, I have it on order with Ilmberger. This will all become carbon along with the undertail. It retains this top carbon piece. Let's see. So the Ohlins rear shock, that's a TTX GP. Again, same deal as the front, guys. Like it is just such a massive upgrade over the factory suspension. And it's a 40K bike, right? And it comes with just You know, it's not terrible, but it's pretty subpar. And like you look at Ducati with the V4R, like, you know, which would kind of be the competitor to this bike. It has Ohlins, like all the, you know, even Yamaha, the R1M has Ohlins. Still scrubbing these in, guys. They have like 30 or 40 miles on them at this point. So Akrapovic Evolution Titanium full exhaust. I just couldn't put a shorty can on this thing, guys. I think just the pedigree and what this bike is, that it just needed that race exhaust. And I love the look. I think it's fitting. You can kind of maybe see down here, the headers are starting to really gold up. Blowing a little bit, but there's just not that many miles, maybe 100 miles since I put them on. But you can see here's a better look at the Ohlins shock, TTX GP. And so the one other elephant in the room is, unless you've been under a rock, the new BMW M1000, the 2025. To no one's surprise, the wings are even bigger. But to my surprise at least, they ditched the full carbon. Which, you know, do you need it? No. Is it awesome? Yeah. And so not only are they, it's really the side fairings are the big one that I've noticed, but I know there's other pieces that aren't carbon anymore. But not only do they ditch the carbon, they ditch the gloss carbon. And so it's that matte carbon that, unless you're right up on it, it just looks like plastic. Like personally, I'm not a big fan of the matte carbon. So the new one, it's like, I think this 2024 and the 23s, I think are gonna go down as some of the most unique motorcycles that BMW's ever made. And not only that, this is the World Superbike winner, the homologation of it. You know, BMW has never won World Superbike until this year. So this thing just has a lot going for it, guys. And I love how it looks. I love just everything about it. And so, you know, with BMW, I doubt that the new one is gonna be any less expensive. If it's the same price, I'll be surprised. I'm sure it's gonna be more expensive. And so the lack of carbon, and I don't know, I just feel like you're getting less. Like when you have something like this, it's just hard to beat in my mind. Like I love this thing, guys. It's gorgeous. And so I'm just amazed. Like I'll open my garage door just to look at it. Like I'll be walking by and I'll just kind of open the door and be like, hey, how's it going? And it's just looking good. So it's just such a special motorcycle to me and just in general. The 25 is going to do fine. People are going to buy every one they make. But I'm just kind of surprised that BMW went the direction that they did. Is it better? Maybe. I'm sure it's a little faster. It has more downforce, probably some upgrades here and there. I think it has 6 more horsepower stock. But there's just something about this motorcycle. And it's going to be sticking around with me for a long time. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. Like and subscribe. I'll see you later.